Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Wasiani, and I'm in here want to explain about current teaching methodology in listening. Okay, the first introduction. Listening is a crucial part of daily communication in any language. It accounts for half of verbal activity and plays a vital role in educational, professional, social, and personal situations. It is also an extraordinarily activity that requires many different types of knowledge and processes that interact with each other. When asked which is more difficult in a foreign language, speaking or listening, many people will choose listening. Many teachers consider teaching listening challenging because it is not clear what specific skills are involved, what activity could lead to their improvement, and constitutes. What do teachers know about listening? When people listen, they interpret the incoming sounds and pick up important words from the flow of speech to construct meaning. They also make guesses about what they are going to hear next and check the new information against their prediction and knowledge of the word. Listeners use strategies to cope with difficulties of listening in real time. They try to remember at least part of what they heard and prepare an appropriate response in the case of face-to-face interaction. The process view of listening. Listening instruction emphasized the importance of practice in achieving comprehension. Students were presented with text after text in the hope the extended exposure would improve listening comprehension with little or no analysis of how this comprehension was achieved. This method is called the product approach to listening. The emphasis on the product of instruction assumes that the listener receives the message and produces a single possible response to demonstrate her understanding. Bottom-up and up-down processing. Bottom-up processing refers to deriving meaning from individual lexical, grammatical, and pronunciation items. It underlines the decoding process from sounds to word and grammatical relation between them to sentence leading to overall comprehension. Top-down processing operates with existing schemata, ideas, and content. Rather than relying on discrete segments, people let their knowledge and expectation guide their understanding of what they hear. The two processes in above complement each other. The choice of one over the other depends on the topic, contents, and type of the text. An example with audiobooks shows how top-down and bottom-up process work together to ensure comprehension. Listening skills. A further insight into the nature of listening has been offered by the concept of skills. Skills can be described as automatic cognitive process that ensure understanding of the language. As people listen, they assemble words from sounds, extract the meaning, and ignore irrelevant input without noticing this cognitive action. An influential classification by Richard lists 33 conversational and 18 academic listening skills covering different levels of processing like sounds, word, sentence, and discourse. Listening strategies. When people listen to a lecture, they usually write down keywords and concepts to retain information and review it later. Taking notes during listening is an example of a listening strategy. Those researchers who agree that strategies are critical in coping with listening thus distinguish between cognitive, metacognitive, and socioaffective categories. Cognitive strategies such as predicting and guessing word from context help organize listening to complete a task, achieve comprehension, and promote learning. Metacognitive strategies are thinking about listening, facilitate planning, monitoring, evaluation, and reflection on the listening process. Asking oneself if the main idea is understood is an example of a metacognitive strategy. Socioaffective strategies involve communicating with teacher, classmate, and native speaker as well as developing self-confidence and motivation. When students check answers in groups or seek additional practice opportunities, they use socio-affective strategies. Okay, I think enough my presentation today about current teaching methodology in listening. Thanks for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.